At their popular greenhouse grill, owner chef Danny Melman and his wife Ariel celebrate American fusion with dishes like blackened yellowfin tuna, tasso, and seafood étouffée, and duck confit served with mango marmalade. His dessert this time is equally effective, white chocolate brulee. Egg yolks and sugar are combined to start the anglais.
General proportions that we would use when we're making anglais would be 6 yolks and a cup of sugar. Anytime we use any kind of fruit, we cut back on the sugar to let the flavor of the fruit come through. We whisk in fresh pureed mango.
Hot cream with a half-split vanilla bean is tempered into this mixture.
Bring our cream just up to a boil. And what you want to do is you want to cook the eggs, but you want to do it very slowly. So what you have to do is make a liaison by tempering. You just want to stir the yolk, sugar, mango mixture, and slowly add a little bit by bit just to get the yolks started warming up and cooking. If you dump it in there all at once, you'll end up with scrambled eggs. And once you get it started in there, it's ready to go. Put it all in. Replace that right back to the heat. Pour the mixture back in. Then we stir it over the heat with a ladle. We stir it with a ladle because you don't want to add extra air. If you whisk it, it adds too much air into the mixture. And if you try and cook it right away, you'll get a real bubbly, holy type creme brulee or custard, as opposed to having a nice, smooth, creamy texture. Put it right into some ice. You can transfer it if you'd like. As long as you have the opportunity to stir it a little, you don't have to worry. If you're not going to be able to stir it, you should transfer it into a clean, cold container and set that container in the ice bath. Now that the anglaise is cooled, we like to put a little bit of citrus zest in there. And since it's being heated again, you can see how it's changed in consistency once it cools.
The brulee is assembled in small flans.
Now what we do is we just rub the inside with a little bit of water. You can use butter, but sometimes the butter tends to break out. And you just want something that's going to sort of hold these macadamia nuts, which are ground up. They're not going to stick real well, but just so they hold on the bottom, which is about what you want, and it adds enough texture. White chocolate chips, I would advise using a good chocolate, because the better quality chocolates melt better and easier, and they don't break, the fats don't separate. We put about, I think it's recipe is about a big tablespoon of white chocolate in there. Anglaise, make sure you don't have too much zest. And just fill your cups. The zest and the nuts add texture to this dish and flavor. So we probably have about a ½ inch of water in here, and it's hot.
Bake at 350 degrees.
We set our flan in there, our brulee in there, put it in the oven. As I said, can take anywhere from 35 to 50 or 60 minutes, depending on the size, the thickness.
The finished brulee is topped with a diced mango, red, and green pepper mixture.
We have sugar here with a little bit of cinnamon and ground cardamom in it. And you're not going to get that hard crust that you would get on the flat surface of the custard if you were to do it just directly on the custard, like I said. We do it with a good old hand torch. People love to see this in the restaurant. And what you want to do is melt the sugar and caramelize it. It takes a little bit longer because it's on the moist mango, but it'll still brown up and get crunchy.
It's presented with fruit and, of all things, bread.
Fresh berries. And we have toast a little bread, just as something to dip in to the custard, as opposed to always using a spoon. It's always nice. We like to try and have some sort of edible utensils that we use. And just a variety of fruit sauces. And one thing we do a lot with infused oils. We have a cinnamon and peppermint with a little annatto. And when that runs onto the toast, it's nice. You can roll your berries in that. And that's it. Very simple, extremely quick dessert.